Hey, it's Dean. So, browsing the internet, we found a coupon for Harbor Freight. It was a 25% off coupon on one item. I needed some tools and I decided to go. Harbor Freight's one of those places that you can't just pick up one item. It's very similar to going to buy groceries. You never pick up the one item that you need. You always pick up 30 items you don't need. Maybe you'll pick up that one you do. I went there for a pair of pliers. I walked out with quite a bit of thing. I got some microfiber cloths. I got a couple flashlights. Here I got myself a headlamp. There's the flashlight. Got a bunch of like knickknacks. I did get one set of pliers, and my best friend did pick up some stuff. After Harbor Freight, I went back home and started helping out my wife with Etsy. We have two Etsy stores. One that does wine glasses, one that does coffee mugs, and we'll start up one for weddings pretty shortly. As you can see here, my wife and I are essentially getting the orders together. Where I'm doing the boxing at this moment. My wife is finishing up the last couple orders. Today was a pretty hectic day. We did somewhere around 40 to 50 orders. We had one past due, but I mean, it is what it is. We just had a ton of work to do. This season was a little bit difficult for us. We're pushing out 50 orders a day or so for a little bit of time. We do most of the stuff that we can here in-house. We have a couple sublimation machines, the presses. We have one printer. We have a thermal printer for the actual labels themselves. We buy all our products in bulk. We buy boxes in bulk, packing supplies in bulk, coffee mugs in bulk, paper in bulk. For the most part, we tend to have a little bit of everything that we need. However, sometimes the work does pile up and it can be a little bit overwhelming at times. But my wife and I, at this point, we found a tried and proven method to the madness. It's still a lot of work, but honestly, it helps us out. We would have never been able to buy our house had it not been for our online sales. After all the orders are essentially fulfilled, boxed, packed, we have to drive about 30 minutes to the post office. We have a couple of them in our little village, but unfortunately, due to the amount that we turn in, we're not really allowed to do it very often. We're only allowed to, there's really no set number that we're allowed to turn in, but sometimes when you walk in there with like 30 boxes, they're really not used to that and they will look at you with a pretty unhappy face. But for the most part, we'll drive it off to the hub. Not only at this point do they know us, but they tend to process our orders a little bit faster. So whenever we have a customer that buys anything online, we'll fulfill the order. We ask for 5 days lead time, but for the most part, we fulfill them in 3. We drive them off to the hub, and I'll push it towards the back processing side myself. So I won't have them wait to randomly just pick them up in the middle of the night. I'll just push it back there and kind of like wave at my friend and just say, "Hey, I got a load for you." It's definitely a lot of work. My wife has a full-time job. I have a full-time job. We're full-time parents. We have 2 children, one with special needs and one without. My mother also lives with us, and she's our unofficial 3rd child. My wife really loves working at our Etsy store. One of the goals that we've set for 2021 is potentially making a huge dent on her student loans. She went to the University of Miami. She was there for 4 years, had quite a few scholarships, and after all of that, the student loans are still enormous. And definitely a teacher's salary does not offset the amount of loans that we essentially had to take out for her to go to school. She does plan on eventually going back and hopefully getting a master's, but that's a little bit, probably a couple months down the pipeline. She wants to be in a leadership position in her school, and unfortunately, a piece of paper is what dictates if you're qualified or not. It's not the years served, the grades earned, or how good of you as a teacher you are. It's just a piece of paper. Here, yeah, I forgot to mention. Leave me a comment. Let me know how I can improve. This is only my second video. I need all the help I can get. I have a question for you. How's your day going?
Great.
Great?
I just love to work all day.
I know you do.
Yeah.
It's what you look forward to.
Mm-hmm.